Donnie is supposedly trying to connect, but the internet does not love him. If I have it correct, we're on Hey Amud Bet, which is 5B in Sanhedrin. And Donnie hopefully will show up. Igamer. Okay. Hagamara ממשיכה לדון במעשה של הרשות שקיבל רב מרבי. כפי שמבואר למעלה שאל רבי חייא יורה והשיב לו רבי יורה. That he should be able to give guidance. ושואלת הגמרא על כך, איגמר רשותא למה לי למשקל? Why does he need to get a permission? משום מעשה שהיה, it's because of something that happened, and we bring at Breita, a Tanaitic statement that is brought forth in the Gemara. פעם אחת הלך רבי למקום אחד, וראה בני אדם שמגבלן סוטיהן בטומאה. We did that part. Because there was the question of whether it's water, it's not water, whether it's Donnie, it's not Donnie.
Sorry about that.
Rabbi Yid.
Sorry, my camera wasn't working for some reason.
It was Hashgacha Pratis.
Amazing.
Amazing. I am thinking where it says Tanchum Bare de Rabbi Ami Ikla Lachtar. I don't hear you. I don't think it's just me. Donnie was disconnected. Must be the Iranians trying to keep us from learning Torah. Because they know if we learn Torah, Mashiach will come. If Mashiach comes, the Islamic regime is going to fall. I don't hear Donnie. I don't see Donnie.
Okay, I think now it's working, I think.
I am hearing you.
Now I can't hear you.
You cannot hear me.
Wait a second.
My voice is registering.
Okay, now I think I'm good. I hear you,
Okay.
and it's working. I'm sorry.
Okay. You are echoing a tiny bit, but that's fine.
Gosh, I can't win today.
Just don't put your microphone in front of your speakers.
Okay.
Yeah. That should work better.
Okay, great.
Okay. Am I correct?
We just finished a dispute between God and Moshe versus Aaron. HaKohen.
Oh, you're going all the way over there. שניים שאני האטם יאמר הדין בשלושה ופשרה לחזור. Where are we on Vav Amud Aleph?
Vav Amud Beis, the top.
Vav Amud Beis. Wow.
We're flying.
We are flying.
It's crazy because I have to book a flight to LA for a see him soon.
Soon. Yes. We're on Vav Amud Base. They're what?
That's how
130
it starts.
pages?
It starts on Mama Base, and before you know it, I'm going to be in LA.
Be'ezrat Hashem. Okay. Rabbi Eliezer beno shel Rabbi Yosei Haglili Omer Asur liftoa v'kol habotzea harezachote. What's a botzea?
It's a compromise.
Aha. V'chol hamavarech et habotzea hareze mena'etz v'al ze na'amar botzea barach na'etz Hashem.
So this is a verse from Psalms, which is anyone who praises a compromiser has cursed God. This is a great thing. This is a great verse to use if like you don't want to move from your position, like in some kind of dispute. This is a great verse to have in your back pocket.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's what's great about the Torah. You can get whatever you want from it. It's amazing.
That's the best thing is to just get what you want and
it's great.
Not follow anything.
It's like I would compromise, but King David told me I can't. So.
Yeah, that must be it. Yep. Ela Yikov Hadin et Hahar Shneimar ki hamishpat leElokim hu v'chen Moshe haya omer Yikov Hadin et Hahar aval Aaron ohev shalom v'rodef shalom umesim shalom ben adam lechavero. So Moses was the type of person who he would I guess pierce the mountains, right? So he stood on things being correct, and Aaron was the person who loved peace and ran after peace. Ben Adam l'chavero shneimar Torat emet hayta befihu ve'ola lo nimtza besfatav avla lo nimtza besfatav b'shalom of mishor halach iti v'rabim heshiv ma'avon. Beautiful verses. Rabbi Eliezer Omer Hare shekazal sa'a shel chiti. So let's say
this is a different interpretation of we would say Be'erach Ni'etz Hashem of that pasuk.
Okay. So let's say somebody stole a seah of wheat. Where we say shel chitim, betachna va'afa v'hefrish mimena chala. So he grinds up this wheat and he bakes it and he takes a challah offering to give to the kohanim. Ketzad mavarech ein zeh mavarech ela mena'etz. How does he make a blessing on taking this challah? He can't. So he is cursing God. Somebody who here Batsea means is talking about a kneading of dough, who but he's really cursing up. Rabbi Meir Omer Lo ne'emar Batsea Ela keneged Yehuda. It says Botzea refers to Judah. Shneimar v'yomar Yehuda el echa ma betza ki naharog et achinu. So he says, Yehuda said to his brothers, what gain shall we have? He uses this word betza, right? Gain.
Right.
That we kill our brother. This was by the sin of Joseph. V'kol ha'mevarach et Yehuda harezen mena'etz. And anybody who says that Judah in this manner was blessed, he is actually cursing.
Wow, so it's like three totally different interpretations of this verse.
Kind of. I mean, I think that Rabbi Meir's is very close because whatchamacallit, Yehuda is kind of like, oh, he's reasoning with them as opposed to telling them this is wrong.
Right. Wow.
Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha, the Rabbi Yeshua whose father was Baldi, Omer says mitzvah liftoa. Says no, it's a mitzvah to make a liftoa. So I guess to compromise. Shneimar emet umishpat shalom shaftu b'sharechem. Truth and the justice of peace shall you judge in your gates. V'halo b'makom sheyesh mishpat ein shalom. So any place that there's justice, there wouldn't be peace. V'makom sheyesh shalom ein mishpat. And any place where there's peace, there's no justice. Ela ezahu mishpat sheyesh bo shalom. But how do you have a justice that is peaceful? Havi omer ze botzeh bitzua. I would say that this is by making a compromise. V'chen b'David hu omer v'yeh David aset mishpat utzdaka. And because regarding King David, it says that he would do justice and charity. V'alo kol makom sheyesh mishpat ein tzedaka, but tzedaka ein mishpat. Any place where there's justice, there's no charity, and there's charity, there's no justice. Ela eze mishpat sheyesh bo tzedaka, hare havi omer ze bitzua. Right?
Wow.
How can you have both justice and charity? That is through compromise.
That's pretty epic.
It's pretty epic. And the
so
good thing about Agadata is we can read through it quickly.
That's true, but that gives you sort of the of, I guess, the Torah's view of trying to have that balance between, judgment and peace. So it's even interesting how the Gemara addresses it and bavarns it and says how could you have mishpat and shalom? Yeah. If you have mishpat, you have no shalom, and if you have shalom, you have no mishpat. So addresses that, and Chezi is saying that Tiferes is in the middle. Does that mean it's in the middle, or is it the combination of mishpat and shalom? Is the middle the combination? Is that what that means? Is that Tiferes?
I mean, so you have it's so. How much do you know about the Hegelian dialectic?
What do I look like? Nothing.
You look like you know the Hegelian dialectic way too well.
It's like an Avram is Yaakov.
Yeah. So the idea of the Hegelian dialectic is thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Right?
Okay.
So it's if you have a thesis and antithesis, the synthesis is neither thesis nor antithesis. Right. It is the result of the two, right? Mm-hmm. Which brings you to a qualitative difference from either the thesis or the antithesis.
Is this what TLC calls emanation?
No, that's something completely different.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought when you have hydrogen and oxygen, which are completely different compounds, they come together and they make water. Isn't that
That's more like it, I guess. So emergence and emanation.
Oh, emergence. That's what it is. Emergence. Maybe I'm thinking of.
So emergence is when there's a movement from bottom up where the parts coming together form a whole that is bigger than the parts. Mm-hmm. And emanation is when you have a whole, but the whole emanates parts uh, which are similar to but distinct from the whole.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe somebody who's smarter than me would be able to explain this stuff.
No, I understand what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Should we pull up the Ben Yada for this piece? I think we saw last week he has a whole piece on this.
Let's do it.
Why is it so
You want to pull it up, or should I pull it up?
Let's see who gets there first. For some reason, I always struggle to find his. Oh, you know what I can do? I wonder if they have history. Oh, you have to sign up for history.
You're not signed up to Savaria.
Apparently
Shagets.
not. Apparently not.
Shagets.
Good morning, Ellison Helper. Did I pronounce that right? I have no idea.
And unlike Goy, Shagets is actually a derogatory term.
On Sanhedrin.
Daf Vav Amud Beis. Since I got there first, you have to read it.
Go for it.
You have to read.
We're farther down.
Yeah.
Olson. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon. Let's keep going here. Where did we get to?
Emet u'mishpat shalom shiftu.
Here we go.
Sharechem.
Makam sheish mishpat in shalom. Makam sheish shalom ein mishpat. Kasha lama naket shtei chalukos. Dai bechaluka rishon el hakshas imena. Oh, meaning why does it have to say both ways? I don't know. Are you so bothered by that question? I'm not so bothered by that question, to be honest. I feel like it's poetic to say it that way, to say both ways.
But it can't just be poetic. The Torah speaks very succinctly.
Right.
Or at least that's what the rabbis would tell us.
V'nir li b'sat l'shmai the tchilas maksha heich omer mishpat shalom v'hala b'makam sheish mishpat ein shalom. The tchila maksha heich omer mishpat shalom v'hala b'makam sheish mishpat ein shalom. So that could have been the first. It could have just left it there, right? Makam sheish mishpat ein shalom. But v'im tamar achik amar mishpat shesofo yio b'shalom. You could have mishpat where in the end it ends in shalom. Ki Reuven and Shimon were even because Reuven and Shimon used to fight with each other. And this person, one of them thought his friend did something wrong.
Yeah.
And he thought the opposite. Hamer even Zebazeh, they fought with each other. After they came to the dying, Ploni Chayiv, Ploni Zakai, and they decided the dying decided this one is guilty or innocent. Yafu Shalom and they made peace. Kiachayev Kevin Shelish Adin Chavero Lama Yarvimo.
Right, so he's gonna accept once somebody says, "Hey, you were wrong." He's gonna at least not fight anymore.
Right. Also, one's friend, after he sees that he accepted din, also and he does what the Dayan says. Lama Yarivimo. Why does he fight with him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not understanding the overall point yet. Wait, go up and drop more.
Did I go too much? So on that verse, the Alshich, right, Malshich, that's how he explains how you can have mishpat and shalom, right? Person makes mishpat, they have a mishpat, and therefore they make peace because they recognize it.
But what is this verse in Yisro referring to? I don't know the verse. What is that? What is that reference?
Let's look it up. So this is where Yisro tells says to Moshe, you can't judge the people by yourselves. You should make this whole thing with the Sanhedrin and the lower courts, right? And then people will come and
reach peace. So that's like the ending of it. Okay. So he's sort of summarizing what he's saying. Okay. Okay, so I'm still not understanding the overall. I don't know if he addressed his overall point yet about why he has to say both. Maybe we'll continue and figure it out. Ve'ech omar mishpat shalom. Ve'im tomar hachikamar mishpat she'achariso shalom. That you have mishpat after peace. Od kasha b'makom
no acharito, that it results in peace.
Peace. Od kasha b'makom she'esh shalom ein mishpat. The achar shekiblu adin, after they accepted it, ba'asu shalom ein od mishpat. There's no further judgment. Ve'ech hakasav nakat achar shalom milas shiftu.
So he's saying one can lead to the other, but the two can't coexist at the same time. Right? Because once they no longer have a fight, then there's no need for justice.
Okay. Umeshani ezu mishpat yesh b'shalom zehu bitzua. V'achi kamar kra mishpat shalom zehu bitzua bo shiftu b'sharichem.
So that's something that at the same time there's mishpat and shalom, because there's a compromise. They're both agreeing.
Within the world, there's a ridiculous. The moral choice between good and evil is far easier than the choice between good and good.
What?
Do you understand what he's saying?
The eternal.
You're the Chazi translator, Jacob.
Peace in general. The will of justice in particular. The moral choice between good and evil is far easier than the choice between good and good. You need to look at the midrash of angels fighting when Hashem is making Adam.
Are you talking about the machlokas in the midrash about Hashem threw down Emes? The machlokas between Tzedek and there's a machlokas between Tzedek and Shalom, and then and Emes, and Hashem threw down Emes to the ground. Is that what you're talking about, Kazi? If you say yes, people are going to think I'm a scholar, so please say yes.
Oh, he said yes.
Yes. He said yes. I'm officially a scholar. Wow.
Officially 10 points.
You amazing. Oh my gosh, Kazi's so impressed right now. Oh my, I'm literally blushing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Amazing.
Amazing.
That's too good. That's
cute
too
puppy.
good.
I get 10 points too.
Oh my gosh. So cute.
He's getting kind of big though. He's 5 months already.
Oh my gosh. Wow. He's huge.
He is huge for 5 months. And he's going to get bigger. Okay.
Okay, let's keep going here. V'chein David haya omer, hu omer, v'ahi David osa mishpat tzedakah, v'al kol makom sheish mishpat ein tzedakah, u'tzedakah ein mishpat. Kasha. Lama hevi mikra male b'torah, omer gabi Avram Avinu. Oh, sorry. Lama lo hevi mikra. Why don't we bring in a pasuk from Avram Avinu that says, Laman asher yitzav es bana ve'es beisa achra, v'shamru derech Hashem laso tzedakah u'mishpat.
Yeah, so why would you go all the way to Shmuel when it's already in Bereshis?
Right. But nearly was at the Shmaya, the Hasad hikdim tzedakah lemishpat. That the verse in Bereshis put tzedakah before mishpat. Behind tchila yaschil b'pshara shiyat tzedakah. So it starts with the compromise, which is the tzedakah, the generosity, the charitable part. V'im lo yachal ligmar davar b'pshara. Az yasa mishpat. V'im lo yachal ligmar davar b'pshara. Az yasa mishpat. V'zeh leika kasha klal. Echa v'ikra the David HaMelech al v'shalom. D'sham kadem mishpat l'tzedakah. So
he's saying it's normal to say that, okay, you try to make peace between people. Once you can't make peace between them, then you make a judgment, right? So that's not a kasha. The kasha is how you can have mishpat and then tzedakah.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh, so you guys ik ga krat de shem kad mishal daga. The after the fires came. The imas mishpat asalas sadaka shub shara. But Kamosha Amar Rav Shimon ben Manasseh. Let's see. You can scroll down a little bit. Rav Shimon ben Manasseh come on. But ordinarily, we sat the trial at Tarz Gabi Avraminu. Sivi Savas Banabes Bisa Achrav Latzadaka Mishpat Jumalami Lachirim Lasos came. He taught others to do this. V'yesh lefarish l'malami l'dayanim lasas mishpat dafka l'malami l'achirim rayboker v'dameim lasas pshara to do compromise. Aval dayanim v'vaday aser lehem lasas pshara zutaka. V'im came like a kosher b'zeh. Oh. I think he's saying that Avram was speaking to like people in general. So it makes sense.
Trying to get them, but a dayan,
you should start with mishpat and then come to tzedakah.
Because his job is to make things right.
Right. Okay. Hold on a second. Hezi's gifting point still. The decision written by the Medrash is to prefer peace and compromise, like Jacob said, over pure, unqualified truth. Right. You also get 10 points. Right. So Jacob, we're tied right now. It's getting competitive.
I'm sorry, but I have the cute puppy. I win.
It's also interesting to it's true. This topic I find to be very interesting, Chazzy, about the truth debate, because right, the concept at face value is that we're compromising on truth and throwing it down, right? Like, so there's some kind of compromise. Like sometimes, like we in a perfect world, we'd like to stick with the truth, but sometimes we have to compromise and not go with the truth. But I find that the brutal truth itself, a lot of times in life, is actually not true. If that makes sense. Meaning, if you have a situation where you're talking to someone and let me give you an example of, like, you have a child who's 5 years old and let's say there's a news story that's gruesome, right? So is it truthful to share with that child about the gruesome news story that happened in the community? That would be like a form of evil in a way, because the child can't comprehend it. But it is the truth. And I think the point is that I don't like to view that we compromise on truth. I think truth in its raw sense is not even a good thing in a lot of ways. So just a side topic conversation. Anyhow, let's see. Let's keep going here. Shapir Makshi. You went a little too far. Scroll up and drop. Scroll up a couple lines. Okay. And now you have to go down a little bit.
I'm not sure what you're reading, what you're saying.
I'm up to Umashin Amar.
Okay.
A little further down.
Masha Amar?
Masha Amar. Sorry, Masha Amar. Vayar Aaron Amar Eliezer Ro'el Chur Shezavuach Lefanov. He saw.
I don't think we got to that part yet.
Oh, maybe this is farther. Okay, so let's go back to the Gemara. Jacob has 3 years of points. Or a human. Indeed. Okay. Let's go back to the Gemara. Where are we at here? Up to Asan the Tanakama, I think.
Tanakama. Ein mishpat ela ezo mishpat shesh shalom habe omer betzua. And but David who omer has a mishpat tzedakah.
This is we are learning the Talmud, but this commentary, the Ben Yehuda, is like what is he, a 19th century commentary?
Yeah. He
He's a
died.
90
He died in 1908 or so.
Yeah, so he's
So really, he's almost 20th century.
right. 20th century commentary, who comments on all the esoteric.
On not the esoteric.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean he is esoteric, but he comments on the whatchamacallit. Yeah, I guess he also
Yeah, I
does
got it.
a lot.
Esoteric.
Yeah, I guess it's esoteric.
The truth is that we should all be Yitzchak and give the ultimate sacrifice over God, and His Chesed asks us to be B'Torah B'chiris B'charta B'chaim.
Rabbi Yosef Chaim lived in Baghdad about 100 years ago, and he wrote a commentary on the Talmud, which focuses on the stories more so than the halachic ramifications.
Okay, so we're up to about the middle of the page. Asan Latanakama.
What's Asan?
Asan Latanakama. It's about, what does it mean?
Yeah.
It means to come. Asan Latanakama, we've come back to the Latanakama.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Banu Latanakama. Okay. Tells you how much Aramaic I know. Okay.
Danes Adin Zika Sazakai. L'chayev Esachayev.
V'rash Nitchayev Ani Mama.
And he sees that a poor person has to pay. Shila B'toch Besa, he would pay it from his own property. Zeh Mishpat Tzedakah. Mishpat Zeh Utzedakah Lazeh. Mishpat Lazeh Shesel L'Mama. There was a mishpat because he would return the money. Utzedakah Lazeh Shila B'toch Besa, he would actually pay for it.
The judge himself.
Correct. I see here. Let's see what Rashi says here. Asala Tanakama da Amar Asul Ibsa, Darshli Lahai Mishpuzaka, Shay David Danas Din Chayav Zachayev, Ra Shay Animuchuyub, by Mishal Maldino B'Tok Bisa. So he's actually referring to David Hamalch, that David would do this.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like a little sketchy though? Like for a judge to get involved in.
I guess not for a king.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're on page 6b of the Talmud Sanhedrin. You can find it on Sefaria. Sanhedrin, Babylonian Talmud, page 6b.
Okay. Okay, moving on here. The next part of the parsha here. Kasha Leila Rebbe. Hi Lechol Amo.
So it's skipping all of the whatchamacallit? You're skipping the parentheses. David who Amar. Yeah, David.
Isn't that what we just read?
Kind of. Apparently, there's girsas that has
interesting
that repetition. But okay, Kashila.
Kashile Lerebi. Hi L'chol Amo. What's L'chol Amo referring to? Is that a verse we just quoted somewhere? Hi L'chol Amo.
Does Rashi say? Umakom lomar mishpat staka lechol amo haya lo lomar mishpat staka la'anin. Yeah, the verse says mishpat staka L'chol amal.
Oh. So if we're saying that he was doing it specifically for the aniyim, like we just said he would pay back, you just say, okay, got it.
Right.
So Ella, Apple Bishal Shil Mitoch Beso, Zehu Mishpat Utstaka, Mishpat Lazeh Utstaka Lazeh, Mishpat Lazeh Shis Lamono, Utstaka Lazeh Shehotzi Gzela Mitachas Yado. Oh, okay. So it's
that's for the both of them. So it's for the entirety of the people, I guess.
Right. Meaning, so he would the judgment was that the defendant got back what he wanted. Sorry, the what's the opposite of the defendant? The prosecutor got back what he wanted.
No, the plaintiff.
The plaintiff got what he wanted, and the defendant got tzedakah because now he's no longer stealing. Basically, that's the idea. Okay, continuing on here. Do you want to keep going?
Sure. How long have we been going? We haven't been going that long.
Okay.
Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya, Omer, Shnayim shebau lefanecha ledin, ad shelo tishma b'divreim, until you haven't actually listened to what they have to say. Oh, mishatishma divreim, ve'e ata yodea lehechan hadin note. Ata rashai lomar lahem tzeu vitzu. And even after you heard them, if you haven't actually found a way that the ruling should be, right, you can still tell them, go and make a compromise. Mishatishma divrehem va'ata yodea lehechan hadin note.
Right.
I ata rashai lomar lahem tzeu vitzu shneimar poter mayim reshit madun v'lifnei titgala harim notosh. This is from Mishlei, and I don't understand half the words it says.
This is a famous verse in Mishlei.
How come I don't know it if it's famous?
I'm kidding. I just wanted to make you feel bad.
Oh, okay. So here, let's see how Proverbs 17:14 gets translated.
One of my jokes I always say is, there's a famous verse in Divrei Hayamim. It's one of my favorite jokes.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows any verses in Divrei Hayamim, so I always say that.
No one knows any verses in Divrei Hayamim?
No one knows a single verse. No one even knows what it's about.
L'cha Hashem hagedula v'geura v'tiferet v'oz.
Is that
never heard that one?
Is that in Divrei Hayamim?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Nice.
Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam, so drop the matter before a dispute breaks out.
So I'm assuming the logic here is that once the judge hears the arguments and he understands where it's headed, at that point, if he would say, okay, now go compromise to yourselves and figure it out, I think we're concerned about the biases that maybe he's favoring. Once he knows it's leaning towards, Joe's way, let's say, so he's going to push it. He's going to, if he favors Joe, he's going to want it to be a compromise to the other guy, let's say, or the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Divrei Hayamim, first Divrei Hayamim 29:11.
Perfect.
You know what that verse says?
What does it say?
L'cha Hashem hagedula v'gevura v'tiferet v'netzach v'ahod kichol v'shamayim v'aretz l'cha Hashem hamamlacha v'umitnasa l'chol l'rosh. So you know a verse in Divrei Hayamim.
There you go. It's probably the first time I ever heard. It's probably the first time I ever heard someone attach it to Divrei Hayamim. Basically, Divrei Hayamim has the worst PR. Basically, any entity in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're just a Divrei Hayamim hater.
It could be.
David loves Divrei Hayamim.
Who's David? Oh, David.
Yeah.
The David.
The David. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What were you saying? What were you saying?
So I'm assuming the logic is, I could just look at Rashi to figure it out, but wait. What's Chezi saying here? Chezi says Chezi can't do this. He says he writes so important. I'm like, I don't even know what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about like my ski cap. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's talking about Divrei Hayamim.
Oh, okay, got it. Probably.
Yeah, you're a Divrei Hayamim hater.
It's true.
All the rest of us love Divrei
Hayamim. Okay. Kodim. Well, many treasures there. Okay. Hey, Chezi, we have to learn Divrei Hayamim. That's going to be the next.
Danny is going to have to write a pirush on Divrei Hayamim. Yeah.
That would be something. That would be like my ultimate like off the derech statement if I wrote a pirush on Divrei Hayamim.
Okay.
Kodem shenizgale hariv at yachol anacho. Before the dispute is revealed, like this gala at yachol anacho, you can abandon it. Mishis gala hariv at yachol anacho. Right. So once you know where it's going, then you have to take it till the end.
Yeah.
V'reish Lakish Amar. Shnayim Shabol Din. So you have two people that come to Din. Echad Ra v'Echad Kasha. I feel like I've heard this before. What does that mean? One's like a soft-spoken person. One's like a harsh person.
Yeah.
You
and me.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Tishma Divrayim or Mishtama Divrayim. You're able to say to them, Einan Niskak Lachem. Shemin is Chayiv Chazak.
So you can still say I'm not gonna give you a judgment.
Okay. Shemin is Chayiv Chazak. V'nimsa Chazak Radfo. Oh, and then he's gonna like attack the judge. You can't say you shouldn't be afraid of any person.
Right.
But it's kind of interesting because this doesn't change effectively this is the same as the Gemara we just saw. It's just adding if it's a harsh person versus there's no difference in the process here than in the last case, right? It's just
the other one says go and make a compromise, but I guess if they can't compromise, they'll come back to you. But this one, he's saying, I'm not going to give you a judgment.
No, it's only until if he hasn't heard the arguments yet, he can still say to them.
Right, but he's saying something different than the previous one. So bitsu is different from Einani.
You're allowed to say that Einani is with them. Okay, it's an added thing. You could actually say to them, I'm not getting involved.
Yeah.
But they still can come back and push, basically, and make you do it. And then that's when the pasuk says you're not allowed to get away from it. It's almost like the halacha of like when someone asks you to daven for the amud and you're supposed to like deny the first couple times.
I don't think that's exactly what he's saying. The first one says, until you haven't heard them, you can tell them, go and make a compromise.
Right.
But if they can't compromise, they might still come back at you. But with the answer, the second answer, I'm not going to give you an answer. Like you're not going to give them an answer.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think Resh Lakish is saying something different from Rabbi Shimon. You said it's like the exact same, but I don't think it is the exact same.
Right. Okay.
This puppy has infinite toys, but he only likes to play with me.
There you go.
What does
the Benny have to say about that?
Exactly. He would probably say, "Why do you have a dog?"
Okay. Wait, where do we go here? The next piece is Risho ben Karcha. Benayin l'Talmud Shioshav Nei Rabo. So you have a Talmud that's sitting in front of his Rebbe. V'rol eschus la'ani. She's a reason to make the poor person innocent and the rich person guilty. Menayin shlo yishtok. How do we know that the Talmud should not be quiet? Shenamar lo segur v'nei ish. Ruchanan Amar lo sachas devrech v'nei ish. I don't understand that. So, is this a court case? What's going on here?
Yeah. So, I guess the teacher is seeing a thing and is hearing a case, and the student sees something that's well, I guess it's not the opposite of his teacher, but like that there's the rich person is going to be chayiv.
Let's see Rashi. Shoshav Nei Rabo. It's like in the middle of the page. Ubodim lefnei Rabo lo lefanav. V'rod Talmud schus la'ani v'chovel ashir. V'Rabo tov b'din. And he sees the Rebbe is making a mistake in his judgment. V'nayin shlo yachol kavod l'Rabo v'yashto. So how do you know that you shouldn't give honor to your teacher and be quiet? I don't know what lashon kinos means. I mean, kinos means like
get involved.
Okay. Then we keep going here. V'yu edim yodim as mihem me'idim. Witnesses should know who they are giving testimony about. And they should know in front of who they're testifying. Umi asli farm heaven, who's going to eventually punish them. The Edom stand before God.
No, that the verse is talking about the people who are who have a case.
So Rashi says, it's as if they're testifying with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That we trouble him to return the money to the owner. I don't know what this is saying. Oh, the next piece continues this line of thinking. And the judges should know who they're judging. And in whose presence they're judging. It says regarding Yehoshaphat. I have no idea who that is. What is he? He's like one of the shoftim?
Yeah, I think so.
And he, Yehoshaphat, said to the judges, see what you're doing, for it is not man that you are judging, but Hashem. Shema Yomar Adayin.
Also from Divrei Yamim. All these verses, I'm telling you, they're coming to punish you for what you said about.
Oh my gosh, it is Divrei Yamim. It is. That's amazing. It is. Wow. This is basically the modern version of a lightning bolt, basically.
Exactly. Yes. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying you spoke against my holy words.
Exactly. That's great. It is not man that you are judging, but Hashem. Why? Because the judge could say, why do I need all this trouble?
Yeah.
Because if I got it. Okay, this is interesting. Because if I make a mistake, then I'm basically screwed. So why do I even want to get involved?
Why do I need to be a judge? Yeah.
Right.
Why do
Lomar, imachem bedavar mishpat.
Mhm.
With you is the judgment. Ein lo adayin ela mashi inavros. So there's a human aspect here, right? God is only expecting you to do the best you can, essentially. This is a very 2025 chazal, right? As long as you do the best you can, you're good to go.
That's always been chazal.
There you go.
It's always been chazal. We can only do what we can do.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess we'll finish the page.
We're up to Hechidami Gemar Din. Should we go to the two dots? I think the next is there two dots on the next page? I don't think so. Oh, it's coming up farther down.
Yeah.
We could stop here. I really wanted to show you a medrash I just saw, but I don't know if you have time for it.
Sure, I have time.
I saw this medrash, and I was looking at the first medrash in Parshas Va'era.
The first medrash in Parshas Va'era.
Like Medrash Rabbah.
The first Medrash Rabbah.
How do I find Medrash Rabbah on Shemos?
Type in Medrash Rabbah on Shemos.
On Shemos. Let's see what comes up. The search function really doesn't do it for me here. Let's see. Midrash Rabbah. I'll tell you what happened when I read this, but I can't pull it up.
Midrash Rabbah.
Oh, that's it. Shemos Rabbah. There it is.
Which chapter?
Oh, which chapter is it? It's in Va'era.
Where's Va'era?
Doesn't go by Parsha.
Nope.
I have to pull it up. Hang on a second. Let me just get mine. Give me 1 second. It's Vav. It should be 6. It should be
6.
Yeah.
Vaydaber Elokim el Moshe v'yomer elav ani Hashem va'era el Avraham el Yitzchak hada hu d'chtiv ufaniti ani lirot chachma v'holel lot v'sichlut ki me ha'adam sheyavo acharei hamelech et asher kvar asuhu. Pasuk hazeh ne'emar al Shlomo va'al Moshe.
Right. So the pasuk is talking about Shlomo and Moshe.
Yeah.
And the Medrash continues as Al Shlomo Ketzad. What is it referring to regarding Shlomo? Shnatan HaKadosh Baruch Hu Torah Yisrael. When he gave the Torah to Yisrael, Nasa b'mitzvahs aseh mitzvahs aseh. So he gave commandments, positive commandments, and the prohibitions. But Nasa l'melech mitzvahs, and he gave also specific mitzvahs that were for the king. Shnamar lo yarba lo susim v'kesef ezav v'lo yarba lo nashim v'lo yasur lelavo. So you shouldn't basically marry a lot of women. You have too much wine and all these things.
Yeah.
Why? Because lo yasur lelavo. You don't want your heart to be turned. So Amar Shlomo Melech, and so Shlomo Melech said, "V'hichtam al gizasha HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'Amar lama HaKadosh Baruch Hu lo yarba lo nashim." Why did Hashem say you should not have too many wives? Lo b'shvil shelo yasur lelavo. In order to make sure you don't turn your heart. So Shlomo Melech says, "Ani arba, I will have many wives. V'lo yasur.
Yeah.
I'll make sure not to turn my heart." That was his obligation. So Amar Rabbeinu, so our rabbis say, "V'osa shah," in that moment, also yud shebi yarbe. So in the first the yud of lo yarbe, it came before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it bowed before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'amra ribon kol olamim lo kach amarta. Haven't you said ain't os b'telam in Torah la'olam? Didn't you say that no letter in the Torah is ever destroyed?
Yeah,
meaningless. Hari Shlomo Omeid Vavatolosi. Shlomo has taken me and thrown me out the window.
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation continues, but I didn't get that far yet to the next conversation. But I right away was thinking, I was like, why is the Yud? What's special about the Yud that the Yud is standing up and getting all frustrated? What about it's a whole verse. It says Lo Yarbe, right? It says, what does it say? It says Lo Yarbe Lo Nashim, right?
Right. But without the Yud,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The verse is saying what Shlomo thinks it's saying.
No.
The Yud, okay, so the prefix Yud,
yeah,
it makes it future that it will happen. That's why.
But what if it said Lo Ribe Lo Nashim? Then what would be what's the?
Then it wouldn't be in future tense.
But if anything, it should be take away the lamed and the aleph. The lamed and the aleph are the biggest problem. It's a weird thing to specify the Yud.
I don't think so. I think it's a grammatical midrash.
Oh, so you don't even like my question. Darn
it. I like your question.
So the actual everyone asked this question on the page. So I felt a little vindicated.
Everyone asked the question on the page?
On the page, everyone asked the question. I felt vindicated. But the answers were like, okay, they were like cute little answers.
Who asked the question?
The Eitz Yosef asked it. All of them. All the person on the page asked it.
I didn't know there were so many Mefarshim on the Midrash.
Yeah. But then there's this Midrash.
Eitz Yosef.
Yeah, the Eitz Yosef asked it. If you go to his, it's called Also Yud. Keep going down. Here, Also Yud Shlo Yirbe. Click on that. Kilu ha'os sa'akas. Wait, that's not the right one. No, there's something wrong. Click on that. There's something weird about it. It's not giving you the right. Oh, Yishli Arba. Here, that's it. Like it should also be on the Lamed and Aleph. That is actually the Lav. Also, Yud Lefishu Krova Yoser Al Malchus. He os Rishon Shebashim Hagadol.
Wow.
Kind of like a cute answer.
Yeah.
But then
you didn't think it was so cute though.
What did you say?
You didn't think it was so cute though.
I thought it was I don't know what to make of it. It wasn't like something that struck me. But then the Nechmad Lamara gives this more expansive answer, and that's what I wanted to show you.
The who?
The Nechmad Lamara.
Nechmad Lamara. I don't know the Nechmad Lamara, and he's apparently not was not Zofet to be on the page in Samaria.
I'll read to you what he wrote, and then we'll close off on this. And I want to see this. So he says, Hiksha Harav Yofekar. He says the Yofekar asked this question. Matama Hatalona La'osiyod. Why is the complaint about the Yud? Yarbe Me'ashar.
Yeah.
All the letters should have been complaining. What's special about the Yud?
Yeah.
Kimali Shomer Ayin Mashtir to Ayin. He says to look at the Avatar. He says to look at the Yad Moshe. He says but I once heard a sharp idea.
Yeah.
What allowed David to marry into the Kahal? Right?
Right.
It says don't allow an Ammoni to come into the Jewish people to marry. Right. We darshinan Ammoni v'lo Ammonis. Right? We darshin Ammoni v'lo Ammonis. V'lo ha'ikasav lo yavo Ammon. If it would have said lo yavo Ammon, right? Yeah. Not Ammoni.
Yeah.
We would have said also women can't join the nation of Israel.
Okay.
Because of the Yud, Haturu ben Hanakevos, the women were permitted. So Nimsa, if you take away the Yud from the Teva Ammoni, Shlomo would never been able to be part of the Jewish people.
Yeah.
And he would have lost his kingship. This is what the Yud was said about. Because the Yud was saying, I did such a great favor to Shlomo. How could he screw me over? I literally was the one that got him into be part of the Jewish people. That's the piece that I wanted to show you. I thought it was really creative.
I can see why that would be more chaviv to you than Divrei Yamin.
But I'll tell you what got me so upset though.
What?
I need like Yosef or Chezi to help me with this. I got really upset because I was like, oh, I really like this piece. I wanted to like thank the writer, even though he's probably not alive anymore. I wanted to thank him in my thoughts, for like such a beautiful art. And I went to ChatGPT. I'm like, who the heck is the Nechman Lamar? I really like this piece.
Yeah.
And it tells me it's like an anthology. And I'm like so confused by that because if it's an anthology, why would it say Vishamati Davar Char if I heard this great sharp? Like, I don't understand that. How could it be an anthology?
Sounds like it would be like the Siftei Chachamim. So the Siftei Chachamim, right, which lots and lots of people learn.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually a rabbi. He was a printer. And when he printed Chumash Rashi, he decided there were a lot of things, various things that he had heard, and he included them, and he called his anthology Siftei Chachamim, right? Because it was various things he had heard from different places. But he was never considered a very chashuv rav, and some of the stuff he says people are very opposed to.
Right.
And that's why we now have Ikar Siftei Chachamim, which has been kind of been shortened a bit, because while people like it, and look, he was obviously a much better person than I am, he's still not considered such a whatchamacallit himself. He's not considered such an authority himself.
Wait, when was this coming? Who wrote it? Like, who's the author?
Siftei Chachamim. Let's ask Rabbi Google. Siftei Chachamim. Written by Shabbatai ben Yosef Bass, 1641 to 1718 in Amsterdam. Shabbatai Bass. He was he was a printer. He was a nice guy, but he wasn't a Talmud Chacham. Yeah.
Interesting. Yet he made it to like some of the main chumashim.
He made it into almost all of the main chumashim.
So he must be a big deal.
I mean, the schus he has is almost
Jacob,
almost as much as Ben. What is it, Ben Drosai?
I don't know who that is.
Have you ever heard of Ma'achal Ben Drosai?
No.
Ma'achal Ben Drosai is the halacha on how much food has to be cooked before you can leave it on the pot on Shabbos.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, so when you leave something on the blech on Shabbos, it has to be at least a third cooked. It's from the Gemara.
Got it.
Right? And it said, and that's called Ma'achal Ben Drosai.
Mm-hmm.
So people ask, who's this Ben Drosai? And apparently he was a thief.
Really?
And that's why he didn't get a chance to fully cook his food. He would eat his food only a third cooked.
Interesting.
Right? So the question is, for thousands and thousands of years, what was the schus that he has that, like,
right.
in halacha, we're all talking Ma'achal Ben Drosai, Ma'achal Ben Drosai.
Right. Fascinating.
He obviously had a schus in Torah that there's this important rule that's named after him.
Right.
So there's all kinds of people who have a chelik in Torah, and we don't understand why. Olam hafuch ra'iti.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the person who wrote Divrei Yamin.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen, Jacob, this new interview with David Bashevkin and the Reform Rabbi?
I haven't.
It's very interesting to see it.
Why? It's a Reform rabbit.
No, it's very interesting. I think I've been talking for a while, like not like on YouTube, but like among like people in my life, about how I think it's interesting that there's such a divide between the different communities, and it was really nice to see this interview. I think there's so much there of like bringing the communities together.
Bli Neder, I'll listen to it, but I have more hate in my heart for our Reform brothers and sisters than I should.
That's why I took it to listen to it, to try to bridge more of a divide. You got to bridge the gaps.
Do you really?
I think so.
Hey, there's a reason I've been going to Reform synagogues, and I've been trying. I've been trying to learn a kal v'chomer. If I can be friends with Galachs, I can be friends with Reform rabbits. Rahman al-Islam.
It was so interesting. One of the things that they said was so interesting was that Rabbi Bashevkin was trying to see what he can get out of sort of like what things in the Reform movement could they sort of like take from the Orthodox community. So one of the things they were talking about was Shabbos. Like, what can the Reform community sort of take on in terms of Shabbos? Yeah. I thought it was like a really important moment where she basically says, like, there's a limit to how much of a halachic Shabbos the Reform community can take on, because we don't have the societal peer pressure that the Orthodox community has. And it was I think it's such an important reminder. And I talk about this concept a lot, about a lot of what keeps religion in place is the community peer pressure and the community guidelines. Without that, and it's a very like, how do you say it? Because peer pressure is not a holy thing, right? It's not it's not
the most unholy thing in the world.
Correct, but it's still a very like, when you think of peer pressure, you don't think of and God said, let there be a peer pressure. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what comes to mind. But the peer pressure, I mean, I guess you could reframe peer pressure. You could look at peer pressure as like everybody working together, right? You could sort of reframe it.
There's a reason why Mechal Shabbos before Hesia is different from a Mechal Shabbos beseter.
Oh, this is interesting.
He's going back to our Gemara.
That's brilliant. What he's saying is
brilliant.
That is. No, because he's trying to show me, I think it's very helpful. He's trying to say to me, like, you're kind of dissing peer pressure, but that's like the reality of the world. Like, we're just human beings. I think that's what he's saying.
I mean, he's going back to a lot of the stuff we were talking about in the Gemara and the Midrash Chazi brought. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. Thank you for indulging me. This was so fun.
It was a lot of fun. Next week.
Let's do it.
Don't do anything I would do. How do I end this? There we go.
How do I end this?